you have every right to say that Jesus is your master. You have every right to worship him. I am not all for I'm not for a world religion that would ever usurp that. Why are Christians so paranoid about off-worlders, and why do they demonize aliens and say aliens are demons when it's not true? Demons are a totally different order of being, and by definition, it's not the same thing. And if you can't discern an alien from a demon, then you're in big trouble, because any off-worlder who comes here, you're instantly going to demonize them, and you're going to project that shit onto them. Even though they actually may have your best interest at heart, and they may want to protect you from other off-worlders or help you protect yourself. So basically, what I'm finding is that a lot of Christians don't understand the concept of the kingdom is within you. What's outside of you is connected to your inner world, and the outside reality is a mirror, and that's why, a lot of us have seen a lot of negativity in our lives, and transmuting that can be very difficult, but ultimately it comes to starting with yourself and taking personal responsibility in yourself. I find there's a great deal of and I see this in the whole aliens or demons thing, is Christians have this need to be victims. And I think a great deal of that has to do with the Jesus as a martyr archetype. Christ died on the cross. He let them take him and nail him to the cross. There wasn't a lot of resistance there, and yet supposedly he was the spiritual master who probably could have psychically kicked their asses if he was what he claimed to be. And so I've always found, there's a lot of cognitive dissonance for me with Christianity and the view of Christ, whereas I see Christ as a teacher and someone who said a lot of wise things like the kingdom is within you, love thy neighbor, forgive people as best you can. Those are really hard things to live by, and so Christians tend to, instead of actually trying to truly live by them, oftentimes abdicate all their spiritual power to Jesus and say he's going to save me, and when he gets here he'll redeem me. And I have a huge problem with the blood drinking and flesh eating ritual of the sacrament of the communion. And I know that perhaps, that's a healthy thing for you. It never was for me. I always had a problem with communion when I was a little itty bitty child. I had problems with the Christian church when I was like 5. And I questioned a lot of things my mom said, and she was very much afraid of any kind of, anything occult was considered devil worship. When I finally discovered the word occult just means hidden, that really opened my eyes to how Christianity has been hoodwinked and kept from a lot of knowledge that would have probably strengthened their community a great deal. Instead, it's like, yes, Jesus loves me because we are weak and he is strong. Well, I'm not weak, and I don't think Jesus wanted anybody to be weak and he be strong. I don't get that from the real words that have been supposedly recorded that the man said. If anything, I think Jesus is the antithesis of the nasty bitch Jehovah Yahweh. Now, a lot of you are like, oh no, Yahweh. It's all this father worship, and there's this demonization of Mother Earth and nature. So you guys demonize the serpent. Snakes are considered evil, and my mother made me scared of snakes when I was a child, and I've talked about that in my video about the subconscious and the yin and the yang. So I'm not gonna cater to you guys. That's pretty much what the point of this video is. My whole thing about the aliens is like, yeah, there's some nasty ass alien bitches out there, and there's some nasty bitches who are involved in occult practices. Let me tell you something. When I first got into my study of the occult, that was like very apparent. I don't agree with blood sacrifice. I'm tired of being demonized for being into the occult when actually I'm pretty much about just loving nature, and that's pretty much what a lot of the things that Jesus preached. I'm like, God, I'm right on with that. The kingdom is within, so why would you harm anybody outside of yourself intentionally? A lot of the Christian community has done a great job exposing a lot of this stuff. And I've said before, I think that you guys are on the front lines in a way. There's definitely a lot of psyops against the Christians, and there's a lot of demonization of Christians now in the media. However, that's a mirror for you guys. I've met so many Christians who, I swear to God, you guys are the ones who want the New World Order. You guys are the ones who want the one world religion. You want it to be your religion. And I did that Project Bluebeam video because I really think Project Bluebeam is a psyop against Christians to make you guys fear, and basically you won't be able to discern the real from the synthetic, from the fake invasion, because it's all going to be a psyop to you guys. It's all going to be every time anything alien comes up, it's a knee-jerk reaction for you guys to think Project Bluebeam, Project Bluebeam. It's a great way that the negative aliens have actually seriously brainwashed you. So I know that a lot of Christians, you're not going to like a lot of videos I make because I'm going to talk about things that maybe you haven't really studied, or that you think are negative or evil in your religion. I'm not your enemy. I'm not. I'm against the fluoridation. I'm against the vaccines. I'm against the toxins. I would love for you to have freedom to have your religious beliefs and do whatever the hell you want, as long as you're not harming people and you're not completely trashing the earth. I am against Agenda 21. I'm against this whole damn New World Order negative occult crowd. When I see Jay-Z wearing a Do It As Thou Wilt t-shirt, it disgusts me. The asshole doesn't know what the hell that means. He forgets the love is the law part of it. He's an ego monger. A lot of the occultists are. It's very easy when you become initiated into the higher consciousness to it's easy and tempting egoically to look at people who have not been initiated and who don't have the info and who don't have the sight, to look upon them as lower beings and to treat them as such. It's a terrible temptation. And when I was in my early 20s, I used to be so disgusted with the masses, and I didn't care. And I didn't care when 9/11 happened. I didn't even realize what 9/11 was until 2005 or 6. I changed because I woke up out of that. It's not about the ego, and everybody's tempted to get caught up in that inner dialogue and identify with the contents of the mind, but this is about going beyond the mind. So, I'm not going to praise Jesus as in a way that externally usurps my own personal power. I think that it's a consciousness that maybe a certain man reached 2,000 years ago, and instead of people trying to reach that in themselves, they completely and totally said, we want you to do it for us, and we're going to abdicate all our power to you. And I had one of the Christians that subbed me tell me he sees Jesus as an energy, and he really seems to want to, he's just like, I know the Bible's messed up. I think that a lot of Christians are waking up to realizing that they instead of waiting for Jesus to come back and save them, they've got to save them from within themselves, find that current within themselves. Who doesn't want to be like Christ? And I'm not just talking about walking on water. I'm talking about getting beyond this nasty egotism that we're all suffering from. So I'm not against you guys. I just don't want to be bitched at. You guys haven't trolled me about the Grays videos or any of it. Maybe it's because I censor all my comments and it's pointless. You're welcome to disagree with me. You're welcome to even judge me, but I ask you to assess rather than judge. It's maybe this doesn't work for you. Maybe the idea of Jesus saving you is just too appealing. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you what to do or who to be, but this is my shtick. I'm not going to cater to you guys on this channel, and you're welcome to unsub me at any time if you get offended or if you just can't handle what I'm talking about. So I appreciate you though, and I'm a lot of my videos lately I'm just going over the human condition, and I'm talking about a lot of generalities that are affecting everybody because they're just we're all living in the same world here, and we're all being affected by a lot of the same crap. So have a nice day, and Jesus bless.